Hey everyone, welcome to Love to Create by Tonya. Today I've got 3 fun and simple farmhouse style Valentine's Day decor pieces that I think you're going to want to try. Let's go ahead and get started with DIY number 1. Now in this design I'm going to take 3 of these little wood boxes from Dollar Tree and I'm going to go ahead and remove those little signs on the front. And then I'm going to be replacing those with the 3 hearts that I purchased from Dollar General. Now I'm going to go ahead and save those little signs because we're going to be using those in some other DIYs. Now I was lucky enough to get one of these little heat guns for Christmas and I just love that. I'll leave the link to that in the description below, and that's been a very handy little tool I like using. Now as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to use hot glue and just apply these hearts to the front of the boxes. And as I was trying to decide how I wanted to place these, because I was going to make a wall hanging out of this one, I tried a little kind of stair step effect, and I decided just to line all of mine up straight up and down, and I just love how it turned out, but you could do it either way. Now I did end up removing this little straw bow from the heart, and I just took some of my red lacquer chalk paint and just kind of went over the heart a little bit just to touch that area up and just brighten up the heart in general with the red color. And everyone, with the exception of the paint that I already had, I spent a total of $5 on this wall hanging. As you can see, I went ahead and decided just to glue mine together, just right one on top of the other. And then I'm going to take some of that brown truffle chalk paint and I'm just going to go over the sides. And I did end up using 2 coats of paint to cover the clouds and the stars and the hearts. And actually you could have left those on there if you like, but I was just making mine more of a solid color tone piece just to go with my decor. Now I'm just going to touch up there, you can see throughout, with some of that truffle paint, and then I'm going to take one of my little sawtooth hook hangers and apply to the back. And then I decided I wanted to add just a few of the little rope twine bows to each one of the hearts. Well everyone, I love how this design turned out and I hope you do also. Now let's move on to DIY number 2. Okay, and this design ended up using one of these placemats that I purchased from Walmart, one of the large wood hearts from Dollar Tree, and then I found this cute little love arrow sign from Dollar General. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to trace out the heart onto where I want it to be on my placemat. I just kind of picked an area that I really like the flowers and the way that they would lay on the heart. Now I did end up gluing mine on with the hot glue, and I had to hurry and kind of press it down, so you could maybe even use some of the Elmer's glue for this, or even some wood glue. And you'll see later on in the video, I did have a little bit of trouble having the love arrow sign hold to the plastic. So I ended up going back and adding a little bit of the super glue that I purchased at Dollar Tree, and it seemed to hold just fine. But I love how simple this design was to take these placemats and apply them to the wood, and I think I'll definitely be using that in a few more of my DIYs. Now I'm just going to take more of that brown truffle chalk paint and go over my arrow and love sign. Now I'm using that little tip where you take the baby wipe and go over this, and it removes just enough of the chalk paint that you can see the wood grain coming through. Now I took just one of my little colored pencils and just kind of outlined little areas in white, just basically to make it stand out just a little bit more. And it was a small little touch, but I like the way that it looks. And there you can see where my hot glue didn't hold. I don't know why it didn't hold on the top piece, and I didn't seem to have any problem with it actually sticking to the wood panel. Maybe it was just the difference in the wood. So I think I would definitely go ahead and just use the super glue on this one. Now I'm just going to take my black magic marker and just go around the edges just to give it more of that aged look. Now I'm just going to add some of these little beads that look like pearls to the back for my hanger, and I'll call this one done. And I really love how this design turned out. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay everyone, I couldn't help myself. I had to take a cookie break. Okay, for DIY number 3, we're going to be doing this trellis, and I actually got the paint sticks for this one at Lowe's Hardware. And then I purchased this love sign from Dollar General, and then I just got one of the sprigs of greenery from Dollar Tree. And also I used some of the craft sticks that I purchased from Dollar Tree. Now we're going to go ahead and build our trellis, and I like to do 4 of the paint sticks horizontal and 4 of them vertical, and then I did just hot glue these together. You could add a little wood glue with the hot glue for a more stable hold on that, but the hot glue seems to hold just fine. The only time I would add the extra wood glue is if you were going to hang it outside. Now once you get your paint sticks arranged the way you like your trellis to look, just go ahead and glue everything in place. And then we're going to be applying the white chalk paint to the front and the back. Now I'm just going to go ahead and apply that white chalk paint to the front and the back. Now I decided just to do 1 coat of the chalk paint, and I was going to just age it a little bit by sanding some of it off, but I decided to add a little bit of that red lacquer paint on here just to kind of pull the color in of that arrow that I'm going to be putting on the bottom. And as you can see, as I add that red lacquer paint on there, it kind of helps give an aged look to the trellis. Now here's where I'm going to take that magic marker and just kind of go around the edges of each stick just to detail them a little bit. I think these little trellises are so fun to make out of the paint sticks. You can do so many different things with them, and you can paint them so many different colors. Now I'm going to go ahead and just add my little sign that says "Let Love Grow," and then we're going to add some of our Dollar Tree greenery, and this made just a fun and simple design. You'll have to let me know which one of these is your favorite, and if you're going to try any of them. All of the supplies I just recently found, and you should be able to find them if you would like to make one of the 3 of these, or maybe all of them. You'll have to let me know. Now I am just weaving my greenery in, and that's because if I wanted to use my trellis in a different design for a different holiday season, that I could change it out. And you could add a little more greenery if you like. I just like to see a lot of my trellis coming through. I just think that looks really neat. And all I do on this one is I'll add a little rope twine hanger to the back, and then I'll call this one done. Well, everyone, if you've enjoyed these DIYs, I hope that you like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, I thank you for being subscribed to my channel. And if you do subscribe, I'm happy to have you as part of my YouTube family. And don't forget to give me a thumb up. That really helps YouTube notice my channel a little bit more. And I've got 7 more of the Valentine's DIYs ready for you, and I'm going to try to get those up in the next few days. Well, everyone, have a good week, and I will see you next time.